Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Minecraft Handbook. Now, it's been a long time. I've actually been working on my commentary skills, and I've also been working on my Minecraft skills in that kind of like period where I was gone. So obviously we started from on top of the church today, and for this episode we're going to be doing some stuff around the village. Now obviously we're going for a more medieval vibe. I've kind of filled it in a little bit more, I think, since last doing this. I haven't really spent a lot of time on the village in recent episodes, and I thought it was about time we kind of did a bit more work. So today we're going to be working on the market stall area. I want to give it a living vibe. I don't want it to be too extravagant. I know that the rest of the village isn't probably as good as it could have been. I'm still happy with it, but there's certainly some things I would change in future. But as you can see, first of all, I have upgraded the well. Now I've thrown in chains to connect to the cauldron. I thought that had a nicer effect for being lowered down than the spruce fencing we had before. I also added trapdoors here and on top. If I can just open this, there we go. There you can see that there's trapdoors on top, and that's going to stop any kind of spawning on top of there. I'm not too sure whether I should have them on the corners as well, but we're going to leave that for now. So we've already pre-set out these 4 areas for the stalls. They're not necessarily going to be that exact dimensions nor the exact shape, though it does give us a good basis to work with. At least we know the space that we want to be using. I think I'm probably going to go the smallest one first, just to give myself a little bit of working room, or not working room, but a basis, I guess, to work off of. And yeah, I mean, these ones are just going to be maybe enlargements, or maybe 2 stalls in the same thing, but I'm not entirely sure how it's going to work yet. I think throwing in just one over here would be a good start. So I gathered some resources before we recorded, or before I started recording, and yeah, you can already probably tell I'm really thinking about what I'm saying and trying not to say as that was one of the things pointed out to me recently. There we go again. Right, let's throw in some of the spruce logs, and I think this is going to really add to the effect of it keeping with the medieval village. I think maybe keeping an opening that's not quite diagonal, but I can't really fit it in at a diagonal, as otherwise it would have to go there. Right, what do we do here? I think what we'll do is we'll open it up to there, and well, we could make it an L shape, I guess. That would work. So that would go there maybe, and then there. I think that can work. Let's just build this up a second so we get to grips with how we're doing this. And then this needs to be 3 high. And is that too tall, or is that we've fallen down the well? Send help. Right, I'm going to plan out the basics and then I'll get back to you guys. And so we've got the basics in for this small market stall, and I think the best thing to do for this would be to put in more colour at the top. This would reinforce the idea that it is indeed a market. I've fallen down the well again. I've really got to stop doing that. Right, let's quickly escape before. I think there's a skeleton trapped down there that's going to shoot me if I stay down there. I think probably best to start with red, as that's probably the most vibrant colour, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do this, so this could be an interesting one. And what if we take this out for a second, just so we can get our bearings? We want to get some white in here, and if that goes there, how does it look when it's let's not fall in there. I think that looks quite good. I'm not entirely sure about how overlapping this is though. I think maybe doubling these all up. Yeah, if I double them up on the other side as well, that could really give it a nice effect. As you know, the colour obviously shines through from down here. You can see it from over here as well. Obviously, as I say, I'm going to double that up. Oh, not there. And that should hopefully mean that, yeah, it's just about enough colour to signify that it's a market stall, but it's nothing too flashy. Obviously, I need to now get on top so I can access all of this a bit better. Right, so if we just copy what we did over, I'm keep messing up. Right, let's place that there, get our quartz back out. Right, so we'll do the same as we did before. So that goes there, that will go there, then place those in. It's not an exact replica, is it? Or, oh no, wait, it is. Don't worry then. Right, there we go, we'll do that. That goes up like that. I think I'll probably leave that as that is, to be honest. Or do I want to... I guess I should fill that in, just so that's a little bit more even. I don't know, I could take out these bits, but then what do I put in? Because I'm not sure that that fits perfectly. Let's destroy that, and we'll get rid of that one as well. We'll roll with that for the moment. It's not perfect. I'm certainly not thrilled with that design. For now, we might change that, but it works for now. How does that look? I think maybe keeping that like that, that like that. Yeah, we'll go with that. And we've fallen down. I've got to stop doing this. I need to think more about what I'm doing. Right, so we can now just place that in, and I think that's a pretty good market stall. We just need to sort out maybe entranceway to either side. I don't know if eventually I want to have actual villagers inside or not. We could... How do we want to do this? We could either use trapdoors, especially if we are going to have villagers. Let's place in some upside down staircases just to close it off. And yeah, if we do have villagers, then we're going to need to use trapdoors, really, so that it keeps with the theme, but then they can't just escape. Let's do that. I think that looks alright. Like, it doesn't take away from the whole idea of it being... I don't know, does it take away from it? I mean, I can still fit through if I shift. No, I think we'll go with that. That looks fine. And we'll go and do the same on this side. Let's just remove that. And that, there we go. And then now we could really think about how we're going to do this. So we probably want the flooring to be changed. I did forget about that this whole thing is open underneath. There we go. And let's just create a quick base layer that we can run along, and hopefully that slowly fills it up a little bit more. What do we want to put on the floor? I think we'll go a cobble. That's probably the most likely thing that the floor would have been made out of if it was a genuine medieval design. Okay, so we've got some barrels. I think we need to put the barrels like this. Now, one thing I've actually wanted to test, because I haven't seen this yet, is we've got some leather in here. Do barrels knock item frames off? This is how you make an item frame, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Let's place that on there, and then it doesn't. Okay, that's quite cool. I'm gonna use that to my advantage. Oh, but then how do we? Maybe we use these as, I don't know, because can we place 2 item frames against each other? I never know these kind of things. I do apologise. I'm now just experimenting with the whole design phase. Oh, you can. See, I wasn't entirely sure about that, but you know, we got kind of lucky and it's worked out. Awesome. Right, and then we want probably to put a slab like that, and obviously we're gonna have more like that. Let's grab ourselves some more wood, and then we can make ourselves one more item frame. There we go. Place those against there, and I think that we're falling in the well once again. This isn't even funny now. Right, I think that's virtually done. We could probably do with something being changed around here. I'm not sure about this. Perhaps we can liven it up with a trapdoor. That might work. It's really just a case of trial and error of these style builds. Oh yeah, of course it's not, because that's a slab, isn't it? Like that. I'm not entirely sure. We could have it arch over the top. I don't know how to describe it, so I'm just gonna do it so you guys can see what I mean. Let's remove. Well, actually, it's probably best if we build first, remove later. Let's just do it like that. I can access it all easier. What if we have it like that, so it's slightly taller, but then have that in there? You know what? I'm very happy with that. I'm not 100% sold on that, but it certainly changes the whole design a bit. Let's go up here, and yeah, this is one of the things I wanted to work on. As I said, like whilst I was away, I want to think about my builds a lot more, really kind of perfect them to at least the kind of a level where I'm more than happy with them. I think this is probably as best as we're gonna get today. Let's just sneak inside here, so we can see what it would be like from the villager's point of view. So if you have a full-size villager, not a baby villager, then they won't be able to fit through here. That's quite a cool feature. Let's actually throw in a torch there and a torch there. Yeah, I mean, we really can just you know, plan for having villagers in here, and they would work for an actual marketplace. That's kind of cool. And nothing obviously can get in because those are trapdoors, so they can't get out. Nothing can get in. I think that's perfect. And now we just got to replicate it on these bits. I probably will do this off camera, as I know this has taken a little while for me to do, and you guys don't want to just see me fumbling about constantly. So I'm going to probably want to say throw in 2 here. We'll probably go 2 here as well, and this will either be one big one or 2 different ones. Actually no, we'll do this as 2, and then this one will either be 1 or 2, and I'll decide on this one later. I'll mark that just so we can see. That's 2 for definite, and then this will be 2 for definite over here. And then that way it gives us a bit of variety. My initial thought was to put maybe just 1 big one over here, but if you have 1 big one here and then just 1 over here, it doesn't, it kind of gets a bit samey. If they're at diagonals to each other, it does mix it up a little bit. I am thinking about what we can possibly do on the floor around here. I mean, I've got obviously a shovel. I could just, I'm not too sure about that, but Yeah, that will do. That will do. I'm happy enough with that, and I can always change it. I've got some coarse dirt over this way, I believe, in this massive bundle of mess that I've made. Now I really am kind of fumbling about, but I just want to kind of, I don't know where it is. It could be anywhere, if I'm honest. I just need some coarse dirt so I can show you guys exactly what I mean. Yeah, this is why we have the sorting system back in the base, because otherwise this kind of mess happens everywhere. I've got some more shulker shells over here, actually. And as you can see, I've used the coarse dirt quite a lot around here. Right, let's grab that and we'll head back over. And I quite like the design when you look at it from above. That's quite colourful. Let's go there. Do we want to? I think putting any more in might be overkill. Or perhaps, is there any? No, there's nothing there. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. That's that one done. Obviously, I'll have to think about what I'm going to be selling with the villagers. I think it'll be more important once we get the villagers in to look at what they actually trade. Say if we had a fisherman villager, then have him sell fish, because then that would make the most sense. But yeah, guys, as I say, I'm going to stop fumbling about making you watch it all. I'm going to get the rest of these in, and then I'll get back to you guys to round off the episode. And I have thrown in the rest of the marketplace. So let's quickly just get these out of my inventory hotbar, just because that's a little bit annoying to have. And as you can see, I stuck with this kind of design. I changed the colours from this red colour for all of the other ones. I added in these lampposts as well, as I thought is kind of important to keep the whole theme of the village and also keep it all lit up. And as you can see, I've thrown some lanterns up in the top of the well. So over here we have our yellow and green. I think, yeah, this was supposed to be a two piece in here. It's nice, it's using the space fairly decently. I wasn't sure whether to put a path through here, but I think we're going to stick with just this for now to keep it a bit more open. Obviously I wanted to go with one here, and I wasn't sure how to utilise the entire space, so I decided to make an absolutely massive one. I can quickly just go inside here and you can see just how big that market stall is. So I think it was probably a good use of space. It could be used as two, but I think we'll use it as one, or at least once we get some villagers in, we'll be able to use this as one. Then over here, I wasn't too sure about this one. I'm still not 100%. It does look a bit weird having these two stairs that are upturned, but I do like the design of that with the follow-on of this one behind. And of course this one is in yellow and this one is in green. And if we quickly shoot off with our elytra, helps if I can actually fly away, you can see it brings a whole bunch of colour. Let's land on here. It brings a whole bunch of colour to our village. It's not perfect. There are a few things I want to tidy up like that. I'm not entirely sure that that's quite right. And obviously over here, this doesn't fit flush with the village house, but those things I can sort to a later date off camera kind of thing. Obviously on here it's very much like this. I've thrown in string differently to the fact that we have buttons on here. Obviously I put the buttons on here as this stops the skeletons and bits from spawning. My opinion was that, you know, string counts as a redstone item, and therefore we should be able to, you know, get rid of the amount of the amount of mobs that will be spawning, because the O class string is a redstone item as well, as it activates tripwire hooks. We should probably do a design which does use activated tripwire hooks for a circuit at some point. And yeah, I mean, talking of that kind of hints that maybe we should do a redstone episode fairly soon. Anyway guys, that's going to round it off for today. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you haven't been too bored with the commentary. As I say, I've been trying to work on that. And yeah guys, hopefully we'll be making a few more of these, as I know I was slacking a bit recently. Alright, see you in the next one. Bye.